show you how to do a watermark in Photoshop using the text box. So I go over here to the font, stretch this out, and then type what you want. And then if you want to change the font, you can highlight it and go over here. And you have all these fonts to pick from if you have the regular Photoshop. I don't know what version you have, but I have all these. I'm going to stick with Avengero. And then if you want to change the size, you can make it smaller or bigger, which to me don't matter as much because I have the option to stretch it when I'm done with it. But I'm going to keep it at 36. And then before I do any design over here, I highlight it again, I go up to Window, and then I go all the way down to Paragraph, click that, and then I go to Character, and this is where I can decide how much stretch, how much spacing I want between the font. So I go here to the little VA box. It's currently set at 25. You can make it as big or as little as you want. So like -100 is the least. Super tight. Or you can make it super huge at 200. But I personally like it around 25. So I'm going to leave it there. I kind of click out of it, and you can exit out of this. And then double click here if you want to change the name. It already changed it for me, but if you want to change it to a different one, just double click right in here, and then you can choose what you want to name it. I'm going to name it Practice Font. Hit enter. And then you're going to double click on it. And this is where you get into the cool designs. So what I usually use, I go down here to Outer Glow. I start here. You can make this as big or as little as you want. I start with opacity first. So there's a lot of it, you can hardly see it. And then there's none. I like to keep it about right here at 9. And then you can spread it out or shrink it a little. So that's a little more subtle. And then there's a little bit more. So I like to keep it in the middle range. And then I go over here to drop shadow. And I use this same setting for this one up here. This is an old photo already posted. I was just using it for example. So you can make this as big or as little as you want, just like the Outer Glow was. So there's quite a bit. There's none. I like to keep it right about here at 46. And then distance, this is just how much of that drop shadow you want to see. So you can take it all the way down here, way out there. Or you can almost have none, but I like to keep it about in the middle. So I'll keep it at 42. And spread kind of works the same way. It just shows more boldness the more you take it to the right. But I like to keep it about right here. Now this would be cool for like cartoony stuff. If you want to do like comic type things, I think it would be a cool look. But for this purposes of this video, I'm just going to do it right about here. And then when you're done, just hit OK. You can change the size if you would like to. Has that cool effect also. I'm going to keep it right about 68. And just hit OK. And you're pretty much ready to go. The last thing you have to do, go up here, you right click, and then you go to Export As, and this is how you're going to save it. So you can use it again. Click that. And wait for it to load. It's already set as a PNG, so you're good to go on using it again. And it's already transparent. So all the names and all that's ready to go, so I'm just going to export. And then it's saved as the name that you put, but if you want to rename it or change your mind, you can change it. And I have it set to go into my Just Face Photography album. Just hit save. And it's saved, so I'm going to delete this. I'm right click, delete layer. And now you're going to go up and find it to use it for any of your other pictures. I'll go up to File, and I go down to Place Embedded. And then you just search for it. And right here it is, Practice Font. Just go double click. And now you can move it around to where you want. You can go to these corners, edges to resize, make it bigger or smaller. And then place it where you want it. Tap enter. And then to get rid of it over here, you're going to go up here to Layer. And you're going to go all the way down to Flatten Image. And now you can save it however you want. I usually save it, the name of it and then A to separate it from my original file that doesn't have the watermark. And that's all there is to it. Hope this video helped. Bye-bye.